Alright. You want me to make a 5 reasons to love Xenoverse 2 video?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm down, but like, did they add tails for Saiyans?
They did not.
Does my hair go spiky when I turn Super Saiyan?
Negatory.
Tell me at least, does my time patroller stay in the fucking hologram thing in the middle of Kantan City?
Jeez. No, it's random. It's random.
What the fuck is there to love about this fucking game? What is up, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species out there watching this video. My name is OmegaPro, and I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons to love Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Reason 1, the improved combat system in the game. We're talking about the more fluid combos. In Xenoverse 1, the combos felt very, very disjointed, and I found myself sliding off of people as if they had like rubbed molasses on it. Wait, molasses is like... as if they had rubbed like Vaseline on them or something like that. And that shit would happen to me all the time, but not in Xenoverse 2. It does not happen nearly as much, and the things that do happen, I can pretty much say that it's up to lag at that point, where I lag off of an opponent, rather than me just feeling like I'm in the middle of a combo and then my character just decides to just slide off. That was one of the most annoying things in Xenoverse 1. And of course, another great feature is the stamina break feature. This feature robs your opponent of all of their stamina and allows you to hit up a massive combo. This creates 2 different things. This creates like a whole different meta game where you have to try to predict your opponent's stamina break while also trying to go for your own stamina break. It also creates a comeback factor into the game. See, if you're losing, you're never really truly out of the battle, because if you hit a stamina break, then you can turn the tides of the battle completely around in your favor. And I think that stamina break is very, very useful, and it's integral to the fighting system in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Stamina break is something that needs to be part of your arsenal if you want to have a chance to beat all the other people online. Utilizing it right when your opponent isn't expecting it, or utilizing it right when your opponent is about to get that second bar of stamina to allow them to Z-vanish, and timing it just right to get that optimal punish, makes this game be a lot more competitive, and it adds a whole new layer to the gameplay that just simply was not there before, and it does truly help great players stand out from just average ones. And of course, another gameplay element is the burst dash, which is something that I've seen a lot of people not really utilize that much. They're definitely not adopting it as much as they're adopting stamina breaks into their new combos and stuff like that. But burst dashing is super, super effective for either chasing down an opponent that's just running away a lot, or even just using it right when it doesn't make any sense to you. You know, like, nobody's gonna expect you to burst dash, and it's especially useful early on in the game because not a lot of people are doing it. And for those of you that don't know what the burst dash is, that's the thing like from the older Dragon Ball Z games where you get to like dash either behind your opponent or dash directly to your opponent super, super quickly. That's what I mean by the burst dash. All these things and more come together to create a way, way, way more improved combat system for Xenoverse 1. So even if you're a casual player, you're gonna find a lot more to love here, and if you want to get a little bit more competitive, there's even tons more to love about Xenoverse 2. Another reason to love Xenoverse 2 is the story. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, yo, there was a lot of shit that was reused, a lot of cutscenes, blah, blah, blah. I totally get it, and I respect that, and I can totally understand why this might not be a reason for you to love Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But for me personally, I thought it was extremely, extremely cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the cutscenes that were being reused from Xenoverse 1 and stuff, I'm just like, really though? But what Xenoverse 2 also did really well was it made me actually care. I never cared about Xenoverse 1, right? Like, I didn't give a damn about what was going on, but there were a lot of cool things that I won't get into, obviously, because of spoilers, but there were a lot of cool things that happened, and even a lot of, like, touching things that happened in the story that actually made me give a damn about the characters, and about my character, and about everything else that was happening in Kantan City and throughout all the timelines, whereas in Xenoverse 1, I just felt like, okay, I'm going through all these motions because that's what's required of me to do in the game. No big fucking deal, right? But I don't know, man. I just found Xenoverse 2 to be a big step up in terms of, you know, character writing, in terms of story writing, everything like that. And the ending is way better than Xenoverse 1. Demi girl, where the fuck did you come from?
Well, hey man, that's fucked up, man. I'm a person too.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scares here.
Another reason to love Xenoverse 2 are the server-wide raid quests. If you don't know what these are, this was the Majin Vegeta raid quest that was happening during the open beta. If you still don't know what that is, this is what is the equivalent to like a big raid boss in like an MMO. Everybody on a server gets together and tries to tackle on one opponent. You're not gonna beat this opponent by yourself. Everybody that is in your server playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 must go after this big huge raid boss. And what happens is each fight you get into, you decrease his health more and more and more. So you got to keep going in there to decrease his health. Everybody becomes in unison to try to take down this opponent. And it's a really, really dope idea. And I think it'll add more like freshness to the game later down the line when people are getting bored or something like that. They drop a big huge raid quest or raid boss or whatever, and a lot of people just get together with some of their friends. They all go balls deep and they just go in on this game, and I think that's going to be really, really interesting in the future. And I honestly think that the implementation of it is really, really dope. And reason number 4 are the expert missions. These are essentially just like ramped up parallel quests in a way. They require a lot more strategy, and you probably want to tackle these with a group of friends, because if you go at it alone, you might get fucked. This is when you have to fight a big huge boss and then they throw that big ass ball of energy down at the earth and you guys gotta deflect that shit. And you guys have to get sent through other like dimensions and shit and fight like Cybermen and other things and fight the fucking police that are coming on me right now to arrest me. Come get me! And you guys just like bunch up together and try to defeat this enemy, and it can take a long time and it can be very difficult. But damn, if you're playing with some friends, this shit is like some of the most fun in Xenoverse 2 out there right now, especially if you're not just straight up fighting other people, like fighting your friends and stuff like that. This is really, really dope, and I honestly think that if they add more expert missions in with DLC and stuff like that, this is also going to add a lot of longevity to the game. And I just think that this was so much fun to do with friends, I had to just put it in this list. And the last reason to love Xenoverse 2 is simply put, Kantan City within itself. This place is huge. There is so much to traverse, so much to do, and better yet, there are tons of Easter eggs and just tons of other things to find, whether you're trying to get the flying Nimbus vehicle, whether you're just trying to find Janemba's sword or anything like that. There's just so much cool stuff happening in Kantan City. It truly feels like it's alive. Like, it feels like when you're not in Kantan City still exists and is operating even without you. And what's really cool about Kantan City is something like the TP Metal Shop, which is only open on weekends. It adds some, like, I don't want to say like realism, but it adds some life into Kantan City, and I think they really, really knocked it out of the park with this hub world. Toki City was goddamn awful, especially because it was sectioned off into 3 different sections, and each section you went into, you had to go through a loading screen of some sort. No loading screens, completely wide open, do whatever the hell you want. It's huge, traverse the hell out of it, and I think it's one of the best things about Xenoverse 2. Sometimes I even find myself flying around Kantan City, or maybe even just using a vehicle to just traverse all through Kantan City, and I don't know, man, I just personally love it. But those were my 5 reasons to love Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. What are your 5 reasons to love Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. What is your favorite thing about this game? Leave a like rating on this video if you did enjoy it at all. Subscribe here if you're new. My name is OmegaPro, and I'm going to catch you in the next video. Peace. Oh, also, I'm going to have a 5 reasons to hate Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 video coming up soon. Stay on the lookout.